me.
No shit.
Hightailed it out of there.
Are you crazy? Don't go between them! Go between them! Are you crazy?
Welcome to my home.
Good morning. Good morning. I don't know if you guys can hear me because, again, I switched it back up. I think this is the permanent spot. I think it's the best lighting that I can get. And so I can film from other spaces. The camera can move. But on a weekly basis, trying to get the best lighting, I think this is going to be it. Because, well, I'm like, it looks blown out on my camera here, but on the computer monitor, it looks great. So let me know if you can hear me. One. And then two, let's dive into what we have planned today. Let's see. So let's see. First thing. So we have brand new channel members, and welcome all. And so Aiden Farley, 8220, welcome. And Becky Waits, Becky Thwaites, welcome. So we have all these new channel members, super awesome. And let's hit you up with this morning. Yes. Good morning, everybody. So let's dive into the chat first, but we have a lot of things to talk about. So I talked about the new channel members. Today, we're getting into 10 films that are stuck on DVD, VHS. They're stuck on older formats. They deserve a Blu-ray. They deserve a 4K. And then we're going to vote on what we're going to talk about next week. But we also have a lot of things that I've already got in pre-order, things I'm excited about. First time to 4K, first time to Blu-ray. One item I've had in my eBay cart forever because it was a film stuck on DVD is finally getting a Blu-ray. So I'm kind of glad I didn't pull the trigger. But man, there's a surprising number of films that have been stuck on DVD for years that are now finally getting new life. So I'm super stoked about that. So we're going to get into everything there. And let's see. Let's hit up the chat. Good nooning, everybody. Good nooning, Farnsworth. Good nooning. And Dark Cloud. Good morning, everyone. And how the heck are you, 80s? Man, you guys got to get up early to beat Dark Cloud to that. Good morning, brother. Good morning. Dark Cloud with the everyone for like the third week in a row. Let's see.
Bring me everyone. What do you mean, everyone?
Yes, everyone. And Sith Bread. Good morning, brother. Good day, all. Hope the weekend finds you having enjoyed some media and pre-orders that you will enjoy. Yeah, I'm super stoked. And for all those talking about the Barnes & Noble Arrow video sale, a lot of people hit me up right away that some titles were already sold out online. Excalibur was one of the big ones. It's back in stock. I pre-ordered it. I just ordered it this morning. It wasn't in my store. And I made that video, and within a few hours, people were telling me most of that stuff was sold out, including Excalibur 4K. So that one is back in stock right now if you want to grab it. Because I ordered that and one other title. One of the pre-orders that was like shipping like yesterday or whatever. So I ordered both of those, but there's a few things I still want to get, and I didn't pull the trigger on it, but Excalibur was the one that I wanted to grab. So I did get that this morning. Let's see. And well, I did manage to buy the imprint box set for Life Force with a holographic cover. Nice. Enjoy that. Enjoy that. I did. I have the Laserdisc, and then I recently got a new version of it. So we're going to be talking about that soon enough after I dive into that, because it's been a while since I saw the Laserdisc. So I did not get the big giant holographic set, but I'm going to do a review soon, because I'm super stoked to watch that again. And Darren G, good morning, brother. Good morning, my friend. Life Force is great. Yes, you can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. And Twisted, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, brother. Merry Christmas. Let's see. And Video Pro, good morning, brother. Good morning. How are you? Let's see. In August, I plan to pick up the big imprint box set for the Keep, and lock in the pre-order for the big imprint box set for Species. I'm stoked about Species. I am really looking forward to that one. And that's one that I just, I don't get all those big box sets. I don't think that for me, it's 100% necessary to get all those big box sets, but that one, I love Species. I love Species 2. And I'm going to have to try to get that because I'm super stoked. I do like Species. And James, good morning, brother. Good morning, brother. Let's see. Good morning. Vinegar Syndrome is trying to resell Ice Cream Man with a new slip. LOL. Well, sometimes those slip covers do get people for sure. We got to check it out because I haven't looked at what's offered for Vinegar Syndrome, and I think they did some new announcements. So let's go over to there today. But I am super stoked at everything Arrow Video just announced, all the new stuff, and I have a lot of it on pre-order already. So we're going to dive into all that today. And hello from Ohio. August 1st already, winter soon. Yes, that is true. Very true. The year flew by. Yeah, so many things sold out. Sadly, the two Barnes & Nobles that are near me barely have any Arrow stock at all. Yeah, I was kind of shocked when I went to mine because I have such a good time with the Criterion section. They have a very large Criterion section because they have this giant table, double-sided, and then they have a lot of stuff on the wall. So I was able to find a lot of things on my radar for Criterion. And then going in there, I was kind of like slapped in the face. Like, I'm sure they had a lot more that sold out. And a few people messaged me that they live in the area and they went to that one and they picked up some other things. And the things that they picked up, they weren't there, but I already had them. So they weren't on my radar, but it was one of those things I expected more. That was what it was. I did expect more. Let's see. That's frozen over there. Am I frozen? Oh, no. Let's see. Looks like I'm frozen. Let's see. It's coming into here. Yeah, no, I'm not frozen. I don't know. For whatever reason, my monitor over there, I'm like completely frozen on the V for Vendetta, welcome new channel members screen. So that's crazy. That's stuck over there. But anyway, side note, Project Hail Mary Steelbook. Nice. Becomes available again. First time watching last week and absolutely loved it. Yeah, that's one I was going to sleep on it, but I think I might end up getting it because so many people are super excited about it. I just watched the trailer and it just doesn't seem like a me movie, but the amount of people that say that it's amazing, I am going to check it out. I don't think I need that Steelbook, but I do have a lot of stuff on pre-order, and I don't think I have any Steelbooks on pre-order. So I'm super stoked for what has been announced. But Project Hail Mary is one that I might have to give a chance to. Yeah. Blue Corner. Everything is selling out, but physical media is dying, just in case you didn't know. Yeah, I know. I can't tell you how many times like people come in to leave crappy comments on videos, and that's the thing. It's physical media is dying. Just give up. Just stream it, bro. Like somebody all caps to me, just stream it, bro, which I think is hilarious because then TJ and I have been using that as like an inside joke. Anytime we miss something, just stream it, bro. But the all caps thing just kills me. I was like, it's my hobby. Stop crapping on my hobby. But then two, it's not dying. It's not going anywhere. And it just seems like we're getting gridlocked. that's a movie that I didn't. Tim Roth and Tupac. I did not think we would be getting that film. It was stuck on DVD. It's coming to Blu-ray. Physical media is not dying. It's changing, and things always change. But again, once upon a time, vinyl records were a thing of the past, and you can only get used ones at record stores. And now you can buy vinyl records in any store. It's crazy. So yeah, I don't think it's dying. I don't think it's going anywhere. I think there's a big shift, but it's crazy. Man, I live an hour away from any retailer besides Walmart. All media is ordered. Yeah, I hate it. I do it. I hate it though. I miss going to the stores. I feel for you, brother. And Walmart never has a great stock from when I go. When I go to the Walmart, there's really never a great stock. But yeah, going to the store, it's a I don't know, something about it, something about finding a hidden gem, picking it up, looking at the it's just, I don't know. There's no feeling like it. So I do miss it. And sadly, more stuff is online for sure. Let's see. And good morning, John Doe Juggalo. Good morning, brother. Hey, I noticed that you picked up Paris, Texas, and you enjoyed it. That was a film that, if I were to give you a bunch of recommendations, like just knowing some of your tastes and seeing some of your Vinegar Syndrome hauls, that's a film I would not expect you to like. So I'm kind of like, I was not really taken aback, but I'm glad you liked it. That's an interesting one. A very long film, and again, I didn't think that would have been in your wheelhouse, brother. Dark Cloud, it's 106 in my neck of the woods. Yesterday, let's see. So I expect to hit 110 today. Wow. Please, for the love of God, send some rain. Yeah, man. Oh, I hear you. It's hot. And the thing is, like, I live in Colorado now, and I never expected it to be hot here. It is hot all the time. And to me, it's weird because, like, you know, people always associate Colorado with snow and cold weather, and we're up in the mountains. I just figured it would be colder, but no, it is pretty hot and dry, and it's different. It's a whole different animal living here for sure. Let's see. Well, that's the thing. If you liked The Martian and Interstellar, you should like Hail Mary. Yeah, I didn't like either of those. I'm not a Nolan guy. I say that all the time. Which then people get crazy and they're like, I can't take you seriously. Well, his films don't really hit for me. I have a few in the collection, but the people that are like, oh my God, Christopher Nolan, Interstellar was not my bag. And then The Martian, I thought it was a fine film, but it's something I never needed to revisit. So it just might not be for me. Maybe I should rent that one, brother. See, here we go. This is the one I want to grab. I recently got the I'm Gonna Get You Sucker release from Vinegar Syndrome. The transfer and box set is great. Also, let's see. Also, I blind bought the movie called Crack House from Vinegar Syndrome and REO. I don't know. Yeah, we'll check it out. Yeah, here we go. Twisted. Interstellar was okay. Bored me to tears. Yeah, Martian bored me to. Yeah, I'm telling you. I'm just like, if you like that stuff, you like that stuff. It just, I know it's not for me. But before we dive into brand new 4Ks, brand new Blu-rays, that type of stuff, the things I'm excited for, do you want to hit up the 10 movies that are stuck on DVD, stuck on VHS, stuck on Laserdisc, things that nobody really ever talks about? I mean, I probably have. But so that's part of the plan today, or we can just dive right into new Blu-rays, new 4Ks. Your choice. Let's see. And good morning, Arthur. Good morning, brother. Let's see. But I'm also someone who enjoys Battlefield Earth. I don't own that film, and I haven't revisited it in a long time. But when I rented it, I don't know. I might have to rewatch that one. So like, I know all the lore behind it. I know the stigma. I remember watching it. I almost feel like I was like, what is this? Because I think I was like excited for it. So it was one of those things. So I got to revisit it because I can't really tell you much about it other than the lighting was way off. Battlefield Earth and doesn't care what someone else would think about that. Yeah, that's fine, man. I was like, yeah, no problem. I get it. What's up, 80s? And Billy's Movies. What's up, brother? Good morning, brother. Let's see. And Dark Cloud, welcome to the West 80s. It's hot in the summer and cold and snowy in the winter, brother. Yeah, and I was like, I expected a ton of snow here, and we didn't get any, like hardly any snow all winter. And when it would snow, it would be all melted within a couple hours. And if it snowed like later in the day, it would last through the night, but like by noon the next day, it was all gone. So like this, it just kind of threw me for a loop because I grew up in upstate New York. If it snowed, it usually stayed for a long period of time. So yeah, it's just kind of I don't know. The weather here is different for sure. All right. So anyway, let's just dive into the new Blu-rays, new 4Ks, and then we'll get into the 10 stuck on older formats that deserve a Blu-ray, deserve a 4K. And the first thing here we're going to talk about, let's get into the Aero video announcements. So there's a lot of stuff. There's stuff I had in the thumbnail, things I'm stoked for. But these Aero video announcements are pretty exciting. I have most of it on pre-order. And then the UK is getting UK-only versions of certain films. I'm probably going to, they're not on here. Oh, here we go. They're right here. So Aero video announcements. I'm stoked about this one because we didn't get a traditional Blu-ray, and I kind of been holding off on it. Oh, see, I never shared this. Hold on. Let me share the screen. Share the screen. All right. Okay. All right, so the very first one here is The Last Boy Scout, coming to Blu-ray and 4K from Aero Video in October. I'm super excited about this one because it's a film that I love. I just recently got the DVD finally this year, and I've had the VHS for years. I've been holding out on it because here in America, we got a 2-pack Blu-ray of Last Man Standing and The Last Boy Scout. And it's fine for a 2-pack, but I already have Last Man Standing, so I just almost don't see a point in grabbing that too. So I'm glad I held out because now we're getting this from Aero Video. This is going to be a day one purchase. It's already on pre-order. It's already locked, and I'm excited. I'm getting the 4K on this. This is one of my favorite films. I remember catching it on TV back in the day. Like it was like playing late at night. So I caught the TV cut of this originally, but it still was just something, I was like, oh man, this is one of the greatest films that nobody's ever seen. Nobody talks about. And then throughout the years, it has felt like a hidden gem. Now, when it comes up, people do love it. And it has a big audience, but in my real life, like talking to people, most people that I know had never seen this film. And so it flew under a lot of people's radars, I feel. And it's one that I absolutely love. So I am super stoked about that film coming to 4K finally. So we have that one. And then this, Future World. Now, I just picked up Westworld. I have seen Westworld before, but I don't think I've ever seen Future World. And because I think it was different. So this one stars Peter Fonda. But yeah, I don't, because I'm pretty sure Westworld was Michael Crichton, and then this was just different. So I just think I stayed away from it because there was a time in my life where I was like really big into all the Michael Crichton stuff. So I was pretty sure that was the case. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's why I stayed away from it. But I'm looking forward to it, and I don't have that one on pre-order. That's one I will get eventually. But Frighteners on 4K, I have the Blu-ray, I have it on HD DVD. And I never imported that 4K from Turbine Media out of Germany. And I'm going to be picking this up. So this one's already on pre-order. I am super stoked about the Frighteners 4K. I love this film. It's considered a horror comedy. It's got some dark humor in there. And it is, I think, a very... I don't think it's underrated, but it's one of those things that I loved it way back when. I thought it was great. You got Michael J. Fox, you got Ghost, you got the dark humor in there. And then didn't Peter Jackson? Yeah, Peter Jackson did this one. And I don't know. I liked it. And at the time, the CGI special effects, I didn't hate those. Like now, lately, there's a ton of films where the CGI is very off-putting. I hate it. And for whatever reason, Frighteners, I think, was at that peak time, 90s, early 2000s, because there was a time where they used it very limited on the CGI. And then there was also a time where it got really janky and they used it a ton. And that's a film I thought looked pretty good with CGI, and I never hated it. But I like the the ghost effects that they did. I liked that as well. But yeah, that's one I got on pre-order. And this one, Monster Squad. Now, I never upgraded when we got the 4K. So I have Monster Squad on Olive Films, the Olive Films release here. And then it came out to 4K after Olive Films went out of business. And I might grab this. So this one's a limited edition through the UK Arrow Video, and I don't know. I love Monster Squad. I watch it every year. I do think my Blu-ray is fine. It's not one of those films where I'm like, oh my God, it needs a restoration. Like, I'm sure there's room for improvement. I think it looks fine on Blu-ray. A 4K could probably look amazing. And the fact that you're getting the Dolby Vision, but the audio, I'm not really sure what we're getting on this. Does it say anything on the back? No, it just says overview. I don't know if there is an Atmos track for this or if we're getting one eventually with this. But it is one I'm very tempted to order. I'll probably grab it, see if Orbit DVD has it. There's that. And Cujo. Cujo's another one. I have the Olive Films Blu-ray. I've never felt the need to upgrade, but I don't know. I'm on the fence on this one as well. So those two, very intriguing. If they were the American Arrow videos, I probably would have just already pre-ordered them and just been one and done. And been, you know, out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. The Arrow video here. Let's see, what else is this? What is this film? Chinese Ghost Story Trilogy. Oh, I like a Chinese Ghost Story Trilogy. I don't need it, but that's coming out for the UK Arrow video. And I like the artwork on there. And then this. I don't think I need this either. So I haven't picked up any of these. Enter the Video Store, Video Vengeance. These films might be great. These films might be some cult films that I might need to see. Joshua Tree's the only one I've ever heard of, but I've never seen it. And I don't know. I haven't picked up any of these Arrow Video, Enter the Video Store box sets, but at the same time, again, I just don't think I need them. Like I said, the films might be fantastic. I've been skipping out, so I'm not super stoked about that. But those first two, Frighteners and The Last Boy Scout, 100% on pre-order. Super excited about those. Let's see. Let's see. Wait, upstate New York. Where at? I was in Auburn, and most of my family lives in Cortland and Syracuse. Okay, I was born and raised in Utica, New York, and I spent a lot of time out in Syracuse. That mall, the Carousel Mall, is something I pretty much, it was like the only thing I ever did like growing up. Like, we used to go to that place almost like it was a vacation. It was one of the biggest malls at the time. And then they added on to it when I was in the military. And then when I got out, I ended up working in that mall. I think it was like, it wasn't number one, but it might've been like 5th or 10th biggest mall in the world, or in America at least. It was a huge mall. So Syracuse, I spent a lot of time out that way just to work out there. But born and raised in Utica. Let's see. Arrow is killing October. Yes, it is. Yes, they are. I'm super stoked at everything that they have because they are killing it for sure. And the thing is, somebody said early on, like we're talking January, February, somebody said, it was one of you guys said, is it too early to call it that Arrow Video is just gonna win 2026? Man, I can't argue that. Like, they have been constantly crushing it, putting out bangers left and right, and the transfers have been great. I don't think there was a single one where people were like massively like disappointed. So yeah, I'm gonna say like 2026 Arrow Video wins it for sure. And like, I'm just excited to see what they put out in December, because we still got that whole 4th quarter of stuff that I'm super stoked for. And we don't know what it is. Man, it's gonna be great. Let's see. I got the Blu-ray of Last Boy Scout, but the Arrow version is always tempting. Yes. That thing is, even if I hit, so I don't know if I spent the time to import the Blu-ray, because it did get a Blu-ray in other countries, and I got the standalone Blu-ray. I don't know if it would be the Arrow Video would be tempting, but I don't know if it would be a day one, I got to pre-order it, I got to hurry up and get this thing before it sells out kind of mentality, or if it would be like, if I just happen to go to the store during a sale and I saw it, that's probably where I'd be at. But even if I had that 2-pack Blu-ray that we got here in America, 100% day one upgrade, because I don't like the 2-packs, but man, I'm so excited about that for sure. Let's see. We got that. With Last Boy Scout coming, I'm hoping Last Man Standing is on the way after. Yeah, because I think that's just a Blu-ray, but I think it was also from a good scan, because it looks pretty good. I haven't looked at it in a while. Shout put that out. So if you're interested, there is a Blu-ray. But Last Man Standing is an excellent film. If we did get a new Arrow 4K, I would not be all about it. I would not jump on it. But I don't know. It's like, I like the film. I'm happy with my Blu-ray. I think it had a good scan. I would maybe eventually get the 4K if it was on sale kind of mentality. If I didn't have it, day one, another day one for sure. Let's see. And we're going to get the Last Boy Scout, the Frighteners. Let's see, deserved a chunky box. Yeah, you're not wrong about that. We talked about that when the announcement came out. So with the fact that Turbine Media put out a big, giant, chunky box set and a few of them, not just one, with a ton of special features, extras, all kinds of promotional material, multiple discs, it does kind of feel like why didn't this get a 4K chunky box, like special edition? And there is always that argument, like if everything comes out in a special edition, then nothing's special. And it has a special edition from Germany. So it is one of those things. And there are people, and I like special editions, but there are people that get upset and mad when the special editions come out because they just want the disc as cheaply as possible. And I can understand that for the most part, but certain films I hold near and dear to my heart, and I think that one deserves a big special edition for sure. But also, because Arrow's putting it out now, very potentially another label could pick it up as well. We see that all the time. Let's see. And Raffy. Hello, my friend. Let's see. Raffy from, let's see, where are you from today? Let's see. Broxtown, Borough, and Nottinghamshire, England, United Kingdom. I hope your fans. Let's see. I can't read that, brother. It's just too small. Hold on. Let me get this. Let's see if I can. See, I hope you and your fans here and everybody are fine. Well, I hope everybody is fine as well. I hope you are doing well too, brother. Let's see. Yeah, for sure. Frighteners is a must-have. Future World isn't as good as Westworld. See, that's the thing. I missed out on that one. I like Westworld, and it took me this long to finally get it. Just happened to be in the store when I was there, and that's why I decided to take it home. But in all of these years, I didn't have it in my collection. So, yeah, I was like, I don't know if I'm in a rush to see Future World, but I'm kind of excited. Like, so, I don't know. Maybe you talked me out of it. Maybe I might rent it first. Or pick it up on sale. That's always a good thing. Pick it up on sale. I think the fact that we're getting Frighteners from Arrow requires a moment of silence. It's like, okay. Okay. I don't disagree there. Jurassic Park introduced me to Crichton. Yeah, I think me as well. So when it came out, so I was so excited about that movie when that first movie came out, and I was taken to the theater to go see it, and it was probably one of the coolest movie theater experiences I ever had. And then when the second one was coming out, I was told like flat out, like, we're not going to the theater. We don't have time, and but we were like super, I don't remember. It was like, it was because it came out during school, or if it came out in the summer, or if it was really just the fact that they hyped up the movie for so long. I don't remember. I was so excited and I knew I couldn't see the movie. So then I tracked down the book and I read it. And I loved it. And then I read the first book, and then I started reading all the Michael Crichton stuff. So I basically did the same thing, but it was because I could not see the movie. And maybe it was the time, because I think maybe it was like a summer movie, but they were like towards the end of the school year. They were really like pushing it all over TV. They were doing little specials. There was a TV spot, because like it was obviously way before the internet is what it is today. And there was a TV spot where it was, I don't know if it was like a whole 30 minutes or whatever. Maybe it was, but they did this whole thing where it was like background information. It was showing some special effects. It was showing scenes from the film. People were talking about it, and I couldn't get enough of that stuff. And yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much my introduction to Michael Crichton as well. Let's see, effects were great and still hold up. Yes, they do. Let's see. Jeffrey Combs steals the show. Yeah, you're not wrong. Let's see. Frighteners came out at the same time, Independence Day, but everyone went to see Independence Day. So I didn't see either of those in theaters. Both of them were rented, and I was excited about it. So the thing is, Frighteners, I was excited when I started watching. When I started watching Frighteners, I was hooked. I was all into that film. But it was when it was showing the trailers on TV and people were getting excited for it. It was one I didn't need to see in theater, but when it was available to rent, oh, I was excited. But Independence Day is another one. We didn't see it in theater, but that's the one. Like, it was a big blockbuster. People wouldn't stop talking about it. It was on talk shows. It was on late night. People would not stop talking about this in any kind of television media that was available. And so that one I was super excited for. So when we rented that one, again, I was like glued to it. But Frighteners was the win because I don't think many people were talking about it. So I was super excited about it. And since then, I've had it in my collection for years. And it's a film I think everybody likes. So I never really talk about it, but I love the film. Let's see. My friend from Wisconsin and my other best friend from British Columbia, Canada, they picked up the Kino Lorber Blu-rays and 4K titles K2 1991 and Stone Cold 91 Best Classic Action Film. Stone Cold's great. K2 I have not seen. I don't think I've seen it at all. Like, that's the I recall it, but I don't think I've ever seen that one. Let's see, we got that. Let's get caught up. Yeah, I think you're right about Arrow winning 2026 so far. It's hard to beat. Yeah, for sure. Like, in order for anybody to beat Arrow, like, they would have to dig deep. Like, studio releases, we're talking Fox titles, old Touchstone things that people have been wanting for decades to come to Blu-ray. That's like the only way Arrow Video could lose the year. Like, that's it. It's like Disney would have to open up the vault. Like, that's pretty much the only way, I think. Let's see. And then, let's get back into the rest of the stuff. So there's a lot of things here that I'm super excited for. And obviously those are some big ones there. But then as we come up here, so Interview with the Vampire, we knew this was coming out. The announcement came out a little while ago. We're getting a steelbook. I think the steelbook looks great, but I just pre-ordered the regular standard version. It looks like there's no slipcover coming out of this from Warner Brothers. The big ugly banner, which is atrocious. But the fact that we're getting it, I actually don't hate this artwork. Interview with the Vampire is probably one of my all-time favorite vampire flicks. Maybe not the all-time favorite, but it probably hits my top 10 vampire films of all time. I love the film. This is another one that I couldn't see the film in time, so I read the book. And then, or maybe, no, they're probably talking about it so much that I finally just read the book because I remember taking that book out of the school library. And so Interview with the Vampire is a huge one. I do love it. And I watch it easily every single year, probably the end of summer, beginning of fall. That works for me. And when does this come out? So I just pre-ordered it this morning when I saw it, and I didn't get the steelbook version, but it comes out in September. So that's a perfect time for me because that's about the time I like to watch it anyway. So I am super excited about that one. And the Blu-ray is going to go in the sale pile because I don't need it anymore. But this one, I don't hate on the steelbook. I'm not going to be getting the steelbook here, but the fact that it's different artwork from an iconic scene when he gets the prostitutes in there, and then Brad Pitt's character gets a little angry over the situation. But then the dark humor that Tom Cruise pulls with this scene, oh, I just absolutely love it. So yeah, this one here, and the fact that it says Interview with the Vampire, the Vampire Chronicles, indicates that we're going to be getting some of the rest of those films out, and some of the rest of those films aren't is good. Like, so, well, I don't even think it's just the rest of those films. There was more books than movies, and we had Queen of the Damned. I like Queen of the Damned. It's not as good as Interview with the Vampire, and it doesn't even come close to like my top 25 favorite vampire films. But I still enjoy it. I like the film. So because it indicates the Vampire Chronicles, I don't know if they're trying to tie it in with the TV show remakes and stuff like that or whatever, but I am excited for it. So there's that. And then this is one of those things where the slipcover has one of those like clear plastic things that come off, and so it reveals more art, which again I think is pretty cool for what you're getting. Let's see. Let's make this bigger here. Let's see. Yeah, this is ridiculous. There we go. There we go. That's what it is. Maybe it doesn't. No. Okay. No, I don't think it does. I'm sorry. I was wrong on that. It's just the regular steelbook. There is no like acrylic slipcover for it. It would have been cool if it did, because then the interview of the vampire with the blood would have been removed. It wouldn't have revealed anything, but it would have been cool. I don't know. For some reason, I thought that's what it was, but it is not. With this, you're getting the new Dolby, the new 4K restoration, Dolby Vision, HDR, and a Dolby Atmos track, and new Eternal Night featurette, new interview with the vampire creating the world featurette. And so I don't know if they're new, or they're just new, never been put on physical media, because like I said, when this film was coming out, they had all these featurettes playing on television nonstop. And I was hooked. I watched them all. I was super excited. And that's what got me to read the book. So if that's what's included, the old stuff from those old TV spots, I think that would be really cool. But yeah, this is easily on pre-order, day one purchase for me. So we have that. And then we talked about that stuff. There's a few things here. This 4K restoration of The Hot Spot, another film. I have it on pre-order. I am super stoked getting this out of Radiance Films. And I'm glad they're restoring it. I'm also glad that I didn't pay up for the out of print Blu-ray from Radiance Films of the same film. So I'm stoked about that. And then we have something that could be controversial. I don't know anything about it. Imprint's putting this out, and it's a television series, but it's from a very controversial director. I've seen several of his films. I don't think I own any of his films, but there's a few that I want to grab, like Melancholia is one. There's a few that I want to grab. But anyway, this is Lars von Trier, the Kingdom trilogy. And so we're getting this coming out, and it's the Kingdom trilogy, hardbox and hardcover booklet, special edition Blu-ray. And you're getting the 4K set here in this nice hardbox. Again, I don't know what it's about. You're getting a ton of discs. It's a series. And then you're getting, let's see, what is this? This version, special edition Blu-ray. So you can choose to get the 4K box set or the Blu-ray box set, two different covers. I think that is really incredible that they went that far to do two different versions of the exact same thing for Blu-ray and 4K, because there are people that like one or the other. And so I think that's pretty incredible that they did it, but it's also something I'm not familiar with. I am familiar with Lars von Trier, but this is, I don't know, it's going to be new to me for sure. And it comes out in September from Australia. So that's going to be one to keep an eye out for, because I know that this Kingdom trilogy did get a big release in Japan, and I think it's sold out in Japan pretty quickly. Let's see, what do we got? What else? Oh, this. Now, here's one that I'm excited for. I already got it on pre-order, but I'm kind of salty. Where is Jackass 1 and Jackass 2 on Blu-ray at least? So I've got Jackass 3 on Blu-ray. That's it. And now we're getting this last fourth installment of Jackass, and we're getting it on Blu-ray, which is fine. I don't need a 4K for this film, but those other two films are stuck on DVD, and they're fan favorites. People like those. And if we're putting this out, we're putting it on physical media. Where's a box set? Like, that's something I kind of don't think we're getting one, but it's also, I think, leaving money on the table. Like, why wouldn't they sell this one edition for the people that just want to grab the one edition? And why wouldn't they put a box set out of all four films to make more money? So, and you can't tell me that the 1 and 2 don't have a high definition scan through the streaming services. It's just, I don't know. It's one of those things. It's kind of frustrating, but I do have it on pre-order, and 1 and 2 would be great. And I don't even have those on DVD. I've just been kind of holding out for Blu-rays. But I'm growing up in the 90s and seeing the Jackass stuff on MTV, and I have some nostalgia there. I watched a lot of that stuff. So this one I didn't see. I wasn't going to see it in theaters, but I pre-ordered it. I'm going to get it because I do watch that third Jackass film every now and again, and I always die laughing. So I think I'm excited for that one. got that. And then this Godzilla -1 4K Steelbook is also coming out. And this is what I saw this morning. So this has the acrylic slipcover, and then it slides over. And I think that's pretty cool because then it reveals the regular Godzilla, but it's all lit up before. I think this is a pretty good looking Steelbook. I'm not going to be getting it, but I think I'm fine with my my Godzilla. The only thing I want to get out of -1 is I want to get -0. And so this one I think comes with 3 discs, and so I can't tell if the -0 is on this. If this does include -0, I would easily grab it. That's one of those things. But just to buy this, if it just has the same version that I already have, I'm going to skip out on it. But if it does have -0, it has the other cuts of the film. And the thing that it's coming with 3 discs, I almost feel that it should or does, but it doesn't indicate that it does. So that's one of those things up in the air. I might be getting this all depending on what's included in those other discs, but everything that I was reading here just was saying not a lot of information. And I think obviously one of those discs is at least a Blu-ray, and so, or maybe 2 Blu-rays and a 4K special features plus the film. I don't know. Let's see what we got. And now here's one. Here's one that I don't hate it, but when it comes to the Evil Dead franchise, I didn't have all the films because there was this Evil Dead package, and it was like this. It had a bunch of films. I think it had the Army of Darkness. It had all of them, but it ended up being this digipack, and so I didn't get it. I wanted it, but I didn't get it because when it showed it open, it was the discs in the cardboard sleeves, and I hate that. And I have some of those now, and it would have been fine. But I missed out on that, so I didn't get any of those Evil Dead stuff. I finally got the original Evil Dead on 4K in my collection. I need to get Evil Dead 2, and I need to get a proper copy of Army of Darkness because I only have the HD DVD. And so I have the newest Evil Dead films. I have the remake, which I enjoy, and then I have the Evil Dead Rise. And I didn't hate Evil Dead Rise, but it was one of those things that I get it. Try something new. It was in a city. At the same time, I just don't think Evil Dead worked in the city. I love the forest setting. I love the cabin in the woods kind of feel. I like that. So that's one, but I didn't hate it. So I kept the film. So this is one when it came out, I was kind of excited for it, but because I wasn't super stoked about that one that just came before, I didn't run out and see this, but then I've had a few people tell me that it's pretty ridiculous, like over the top blood, over the top gore, and so I'm going to grab it. I'm going to grab this one. Originally, I wasn't. Originally, I was kind of holding off on it. Hopefully, we were going to get some kind of big giant collector box set, but it seems like that's not the case. So this is one that comes out in September, Evil Dead Burn, and I like that. So Warner Brothers. So how come we got the big ugly banner, Warner Brothers, for Interview with the Vampire, but here we don't get the big ugly banner, and it still says 4K Ultra HD digital code, which I think is nonsense. Because again, it says 4K on the case. Like, stop it, just stop it. Anyway, other than that, we didn't get the big ugly banner. We just got the writing. And I don't hate the cover. I don't think the art is horrible. So I don't know. That's going to be one. I already have it on pre-order, and I'm looking forward to it. But it's a huge blind buy, and I have not seen it. And there's multiple versions. You're getting the regular Blu-ray as well, and then this Steelbook. This is one of those weird cases. I don't know. I might get the Steelbook. I don't know. I should probably rent it first before I decide if I'm going to get that Steelbook. But for $40, I don't know. I'm not hating on it. It's a little different than what we normally get. It's not brightly colored. It's a little brown. I don't know. I'm in. I'm all in. So those are the things I'm excited for there. Imprint, the Imprint September announcement. So as we're getting into the fall in September, I think these films are fine for me. The only one I was actually familiar with is this one, and I still haven't seen it. So it's been on my radar for a while, but it's Oh, What a Lovely War. It's like a wartime musical, and the cover makes it look fun. So I'm all in on that. And technically, war is not fun. So it's one of those things, like take it for what it is. It came out in 1969. So that's one I'm interested in. But the entire lineup for September, as we get into the fall, I don't mind watching more serious movies. But as we get into like after like middle of September, that's when I start to hit my spooky season. I like to get into a lot of the horror stuff, and also fun before we hit the Christmas season into that type of stuff. So if I can squeeze some of these more serious or a little bit different type of films in that time period, I don't hate on it. And then this is one that, and then there were none. This is the one I was interested in, Agatha Christie's, and then there were none. And I think it's part of that series, which if it is, I've seen a lot of that stuff. The Agatha Christie movies, but this is one I have not seen. So those are the two that are really high on my radar. All the rest, I'd have to dive into it. This is one I'd probably just grab just because. The Strange Affair seems like a little bit of a hussy thing going on. Let's see. Oh, yeah. When rookie PC Strange falls for an underage girl and he is unknowingly compromised by a pair of pornographers, this seems like a weird seedy movie that came out of the 60s. Yeah, 1968. Yeah, it's a weird seedy movie. I don't know if it's good or not. It doesn't sound good. It sounds kind of off-putting into today's standards. But either way, I like imprint films. I'll check some of that stuff out easily. But then we have this film here. I have not been a fan of Pet Sematary. Pet Sematary is one. It's a film that for years I have just been, I think, on the outskirts of that. So people get excited for Stephen King films. The people got excited for the remake of Pet Sematary. And for whatever reason, I've just not been a Pet Sematary guy. I've tried to give it a chance multiple times. And every single time, it's just not for me. And I think it's because as I've gotten older and having kids, the kid dying in the Pet Sematary, I think that might just kind of just mess it up. But even when I was a kid, I just wasn't in a Pet Sematary. So I don't know. That might be. So, but it's coming out. It's getting a steelbook. I think the steelbook looks fantastic. And this is the original 1989 version. And I do kind of like it. I do kind of like this film. So Stephen King's Pet Sematary. I like the cover there. What do we have? Let's see, overview. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. I don't hate on this this version of it, but it's been put out a ton of times, and I think I'm out on Pet Sematary. Just not my bag. Now here's something that I am super excited for. I have the Blu-ray. The Blu-ray is not what we got, but this is another one where again the artwork is ruined. The art. I would buy the steelbook. If this was a steelbook and there was no ugly banner, I would buy it in a heartbeat. I love the film, Memoirs of a Geisha. It's a period piece in Japan, so after the war, and I think it's great. Well, yeah, 1929, Japan. So I think this is a great film, and it goes through World War II, looms on the horizon. She grows in maturity and becomes one of the superstars of the geisha world, and how Japan changed after the war. I think this is a fantastic film. It's it's a drama that I go to all the time, but the cover art here would have been awesome without all this 4K extra digital crappy banner. I don't know. That's just me. This deserved a steelbook, and I would have bought it. But I'm still going to get it. I like the film, and I want it on 4K. I'm just being nitpicky about that. And I don't know. I just hate it. I hate it. I did some physical media hot takes the other day, and one of the biggest things is I prefer the DVD size. I think the artwork on it is great. I think everything about it's great. Let's see. And here we go. This is the one that's huge for me because I had this in my eBay cart forever. And I just haven't pulled the trigger because I just felt that it was a little high for a DVD, even though this film was stuck on DVD. And when I say high, like it might have been like $12. I don't know. But with the shipping and the tax, and then puts it close to the $20 range for this DVD. The fact that it's getting a Kino Lorber release, this is going to be a day one purchase. It's not available for pre-order yet, but I do love the film. It's been a long time since I've seen it. So it's a crime movie, and great cast. Tim Roth, Thaddeus Newton, Tupac, Charles Flesher, Howard Hesseman, Bokeem Woodbine is in that as well. So that's a film that easy day one pickup for me. and it's coming from a new 4K restoration, so I'm stoked. I don't even care if there's special features on this one. I've just wanted to add it to my collection for a long time, and it's been stuck on DVD. So that's a huge one for me. And some of this other stuff we talked about last week, so we're going to dive into that. Let's hit up the chat. I think there might be some rumors over on Twitter, so we'll talk about some of the physical media rumors as well. Let's see. Get into Twitter. Let's see. All right, here we go. This is another one. So this was stuck on DVD. It's being put out by Viavision through Blu-ray. Freaks and Geeks. It's a TV show. I remember when it came out. I completely missed out on this. You had some up-and-coming teens at the time. They've all gone on to do other things. But it's a show that I think was a very short show, maybe one season. And so it's getting a Blu-ray finally. It was stuck on DVD, but Viavision out of Australia is putting it on Blu-ray and DVD. And that's one I want to pick up. It's been on my radar for a while, and I don't regularly add a ton of TV shows. So Freaks and Geeks, am I sharing the screen? Yeah, I am sharing the screen. Yeah, Freaks and Geeks is going to be one that I'll be picking up for sure. But it's another one. People don't really talk about it. I don't know a ton about the film. So it's one of those things that it's a huge blind buy for me. Huge blind buy. So there's that one. Oh, what's this? Let's see. What is this? Here's this collector edition out of Umbrella Entertainment's coming with a ton of films and a foreign name, Alejandro Jodorowsky collection, 4K and Blu-ray. Huge giant box set coming out of Umbrella. That is, I don't know anything about that, so I have no commentary on it, but it's a cool looking box set for sure. And the fact that they're getting that kind of a treatment, I guess they're just films that probably mean a lot to a bunch of people, and I've missed them completely. So there's that. We talked about that set. I think we might be all caught up there. All of the rumors. High Society is going to be huge for me. Yeah, we've talked about all of those rumors. Okay, so we're settled on that. Let's hit up the chat, and then we'll dive into the 10 films that I have here, stuck on DVD, stuck on VHS, stuck on Laserdisc, and one of them is getting a Blu-ray out of another country, but so we got 11. Technically, I got 11 here. And but for the most part, these things are stuck in, especially here in America, even if there's an obscure Blu-ray, some of those Blu-rays are more expensive now. And I think these deserve to be seen, a second chance. And some of them are hidden gems, like those obscure things that you may have never heard of. And some of them, they're extremely popular. And it's like, why is it still stuck? So we're going to dive into that in just a second. But the, let's see. And Hux Pop Culture. Hey, brother. Welcome. See, yes, Arrow's lineup is looking great. I do have volume 1. I've been to the video store box set, which is great, cheesy sci-fi horror fun. 2 doesn't interest me. Yeah, that's the thing. Is like I think some of those films on their own would interest me, but the box set, I don't think I'm into it. Let's see. Criterion Collection is releasing some awesome Blu-ray and 4K Blu-ray box sets of Stanley Kubrick collection. Imprint Films Australia did the same thing, including some unknown films of Sir Kubrick. So the Criterion version is probably going to be the best version to get. It's going to be more expensive. There's more discs. There's more fan favorite films. The imprint version is also going to be worth getting, but it's only 3 titles and it's not the big ones. And so it's one of those things. I'm interested in it. I have a lot of those Kubrick films, and I don't have all of them in that Criterion collection. So I know I was passing on the Criterion collection, but the imprint films 3-pack, I don't have any of those films, I'm pretty sure. So that's going to be an easier get for me than the Criterion version. Even though I think the Criterion version would be great. And Spartacus, the thing is, like, when they put that big box set together, it's not for everybody. I get it. It's a nice way to get all those films, and some of those things are great. But I also think it's a shelf flex as opposed to a practical way to watch those films. They come in a big giant set. There's a lot of stuff to pour over. It becomes a collector's item, and I have collector's items, and so I'm not even against that. But the thing is, some of those films I would like to have. Now, Spartacus had a Criterion DVD, and it's now coming to Blu-ray through this set. I would love for Spartacus to have a standalone Blu-ray. And I like the artwork on it. It has that older feel to it. And so it's one of those things. Like, I'm glad that the box set's coming out, but I wish that they also had the individual titles, because some of them I think I would love the Criterion version, and some of them I'm good with what the version I already have. Let's see, what do we got? Arrow Video is releasing a bunch of stuff other than The Last Boy Scout, and the ETBS. I'm honestly a bit disappointed overall. Arrow for October. I wanted some First to 4K horror. That's the other thing. Like that comes out. So it's almost expected at this point for horror films to come out in October. And I am with you. I'm 100% with you. But at this point, I'm in a mode where whatever they're giving us, if it's something I want, it's something I'm interested, I'm excited. In the past years, I have been very critical of companies not putting films out in October, in September, in that whole spooky season vibe, in the horror stuff. And I don't know what Imprint's going to put out in October. Right now, their September lineup, if that was the October release, I would be a little bit more critical, I think. But I think with us getting Last Boy Scout and us getting Frighteners, I'm just excited. I want both of those films. But you're right. More horror in October would be more welcome for sure. See, I love Last Boy Scout for Joe Hallenbeck is probably the best Bruce Willis character, even though the Die Hard movies might be better overall. Oh, I don't know. I love them all. And Last Boy Scout is probably easily like right under Die Hard for sure. Let's see. Let me skip down here a little bit. Let me get caught up. Let's see. DM, if Arrow is punishing us by not announcing Logan's Run, or at least it feels like it's me, I would love Logan's Run. Logan's Run is one of my all-time favorite sci-fi films from that era. I talk about it often. I have the Blu-ray, a nice version, a nice 4K. Day one pickup. I don't know who would put it out. Arrow would probably be the best solution, but for some reason I could see Kino doing it. But yeah, that's Logan's Run would be huge for me for sure. Let's see. And hey everyone, hello. Let's see. Arrow isn't re-releasing within region. Oh, yeah, that happens. That does happen. I don't mind importing stuff at all. And the thing is, like, when they have re-released stuff, they've just released it in the other country, and I think that's fine because you can still import it. And if you get the 4K, you shouldn't have a problem playing it no matter what. But a region-free Blu-ray player is almost a must at this point when you're collecting physical media, because there's so many great films that are put out, and it's just nice to have that, not have to worry about it. Because there's been a few times that I've ordered stuff on Amazon here in the US and it is the foreign import, and I haven't paid an arm and a leg for it, and it just kind of worked out. But some of them have been region locked. So yeah, I get it, man. I get it. Let's see. I get it. I like Interview with the Vampire. I just love that film. I'm definitely not a fan of Anne Rice's take on vampires. The thing is, I read a lot of those books and I don't love them. I like Interview with the Vampire, and I think I liked the Queen of the Damn book better than we got for the movie, and I didn't dive into those TV shows at all. But Interview with the Vampire is one I go to on a yearly basis. But I don't know. There's definitely better vampire films for sure. My English teacher asked my opinion of the homosexual undertones of the Rice books. Oh, yeah, they're heavy in there for sure. Let's see. I think Near Dark, Fright Night are my favorite. Oh, for sure. They definitely, they're in my top 5 easily. Vampire films I love is Nadia, Interview with the Vampire, The Addiction, 1985, Blade Trilogy film, Underworld 1 and 2. Yeah, I think I put Underworld above Interview with the Vampire. I know I do that. And it's more of an action film than a vampire flick. And I only really, like, there's that whole collection. I get kind of bored with them. I can't just marathon those films. I like the first one a lot. The second one's okay. And then I'll eventually watch all of them in a marathon fashion, like once in a blue moon. But the very first one, I don't mind watching that on a yearly basis. Let's see. And Luca, hi. Well, hello. Coppola's Dracula is superior. Wish they'd re-release the 30th anniversary steelbook. That is one in my top 5 favorite films of all time is Bram Stoker's Dracula. I don't think you could beat it. It's my all-time favorite. It's my all-time favorite vampire flick, period. There's many great ones. And so there's room for several in my collection, but Coppola's version is the best, I think. And even that new one, that Nosferatu, that new one that they put out, that definitely borrowed heavily from the original story, and you see a lot of the influence. It doesn't even make my top 10. Stoker's is the best, I think. Again, a Danish re-release we don't have from our own damn country. Yes. I think it serves you right, Blue Quarter, for living there. Lars von Trier does make some interesting films, but they aren't for everyone. Oh, 100%. And I don't know, the thing is, I don't think I have a single one in my collection at the moment. Melancholia is the one that I've been wanting to watch. And I've been tempted to get this Japanese box set. But the Japanese box set comes with Melancholia, it comes with Nymphomaniac 1 and 2. It comes with Antichrist. Antichrist is the only one I have. That's it. That's the only Lars von Trier film that I have. And I think it might also come with The House that Jack Built. The House that Jack Built is the one that I don't need it in my collection. And I kind of into, like, I do love heist films, anything with a con job movie. That's like my go-to genre. But then adjacent from there, and it's not adjacent, it's like next, like my next favorite. I kind of have this like guilty pleasure in the serial killer movies. I like them, but the House that Jack Built just kind of, it was a little unsettling, I think. I didn't hate it, but like at the same time, I didn't feel like I needed to rewatch it. Let's see. The Kingdom is a skip. I mean, yeah, I get it. It's not for everybody, brother. I don't even know if it's for me. That's the other thing. Let's see. The Australian films New Zealand are releasing are more classic films and that the physical media labels from the UK, North America aren't doing good restoration in Blu-ray and 4K. Yeah, that's the thing is, like I've said before, like Criterion does a little bit of everything for, there's something for everybody. And they have stuff in their Viavision line and stuff in their imprint line. And their imprint line comes across more like a Criterion label. It has some important films, some films that people feel are significant to culture, and everything from early films to modern cinema and everything in between. And so it's just an interesting collection of films, and I've enjoyed it because I do have an eclectic taste. I don't have everything from the imprint line, and I don't think I would try to track down everything, but there's a few things that are missing in my collection and that I am trying to track down. So I do think it's worth it, but I get it. It's also not for everybody. Let's see. Isn't -0 the new one coming out in theaters? Am I wrong? Was I looking at the wrong one? It might be. You might be right. Was I thinking of -1 and I was saying -0? Yeah, there we go. Okay. I two different films. I was just thinking it was the other one. You're right. So I knew that was coming out. So I knew -0 was coming out. I just somehow in my head was talking about -1. So -0 is a film I want to grab. I like the Godzilla films. I don't think I'm going to grab that Steelbook still. I don't know what else is going to be available. I hope that's not the only option then. Let's see. Video Pro says, saw Evil burn in theaters, brutal violence, and it had me even looking away. I'll be buying it. Yeah, I'm in. I am in. Yeah, 100%. The banner info should be put on the back or make it reversible covers a main thing. Oh, 100% agree with you. I have liked some of the slip covers that have the banner, because I don't like the banner anyway, but they put the banner on the slip cover and then the actual disc, there's no banner. I've appreciated that a lot more. But the fact that the case itself says 4K on there, why are we saying it again? And I have a few titles in my collection that have that big ugly banner, and there's no digital code, no Blu-ray, and it still just says 4K UHD in the silver banner. It's so ridiculous. It's pointless. Absolutely pointless. Yes, we do need Big Trouble in Little China in 4K. It's an anniversary year. I wouldn't be shocked if we didn't get it. I would be stoked if we did. But if there is any kind of thing that we're going to be getting this film, I'm expecting like the fourth quarter announcement, like the way to wrap up the season, the way to wrap up the year. That's it. But it's just one of those things. It's probably not coming. I've prepared myself for that. But we have gotten a ton of anniversary year films this year on 4K for the first time, some on Blu-ray for the first time, and they weren't huge things. Like the studios weren't announcing them. They just kind of showed up, and you have to look, and then you're like, oh, wait, that is an anniversary year. So potentially it's probably, I would say, the biggest anniversary film this year that is such a fan favorite. It deserves a 4K and even a nice big restoration or nice big chunky edition. But, are we going to get it? I don't know. I wouldn't be shocked if we didn't, but I'm kind of expecting like a December release for sure. Maybe even a Halloween release. I don't know, but it's if we're going to get it, I'm thinking fourth quarter towards the end anyway. Let's see. Let me skip down. There's a lot of banter back and forth. Let's see. And let's see. Hello. See, I love Memoirs of a Geisha. I do too. It's one of my all-time favorites. I'm super stoked. That's an easy day one. As soon as the pre-orders are up, I'm getting it. Let's see. So I missed it. So Sunset Stripper. So Shout put out Freaks and Geeks years ago. Okay, I missed out on it. On Blu-ray, because I know there's a DVD available. That's the thing. I seen the DVD. I didn't know it was a Blu-ray. Oh, here we go. It did have a Blu-ray. So interesting on Freaks and Geeks. I have it on Blu-ray and no idea it was out of print. Well, I didn't even know there was a previous Blu-ray. It's a TV show I completely missed out on. And if it is out of print, like I'm glad that that's being put out then. Here's a show. Yeah, I grew up watching that show. I would love to see Parker Lewis Can't Lose on Blu-ray. Yeah, I don't even have it. If they have a DVD, I don't even have that in my collection at all. So yeah, Parker Lewis Can't Lose. That's unlocked a key memory there. I used to watch all the reruns in the summertime. I used to love that show. That's the one where they would synchronize their swatches. Oh, it was fun for sure. Yeah, 100%. I agree. I'd love a standalone Kubrick set and Anderson Criterion releases. Yeah, it makes to me it makes more sense, because what if you don't love all those films? And then again, I'm not opposed to the collection, shelf flex or the collector edition films you love. Like I'm not opposed to that, but for the average viewer of those specific films, I want a practical way to watch them, and that big giant set isn't practical, and I'm not even opposed to it. Like, I have unpractical things on my shelf right now, and I think they're great, but yeah, those ones, I just give me the standalones for sure. By the way, digging your shirt, is that your merch? May have to snag that. Yeah, Fourth Wall Store. The link is in every video, including this. We have the shirt. I have the Physical Media Forever hat to match. And we do giveaways once a month. Next week we're going to be doing giveaways. But I'm going to kibosh it on the creator stuff. Email me or message me or whatever. We can work something else out. Or you can just order it. Like, it's one of those things. But when I've done the giveaways here on the stream, like, I have had some negative feedback from creators. We're constantly winning. So I just want, and I hate the bad blood kind of thing on that. So there's that. But yeah, merch, it's and I almost never promote it, but yeah, it's part of my merch. I got my copy of Troy Arrow video about 3 weeks early. Nice. I don't have that one yet, but then I was super stoked about it. And somebody said that there's like no extra special features. There's no new stuff. And I'm like, oh man, but I still want it. I do love that film. And Scuba Steve, what's up, Beard of Knowledge? What's up, brother? What's up? All right, so now we're all caught up. So now let's dive into these. So I have 11 films, but the whole goal was 10 films. They're stuck on older formats. They deserve a Blu-ray. Some of them are fan favorites. So some of these ones you probably know about, heard about, but there are some great hidden gems in here that I don't think anybody knows about. And we're going to kick this off with some VHS titles that I have. And we're going to go to the DVD and then the Laserdisc. But the very first one here, it's stuck on an older format. And the thing is, there are people that don't like this film, and that's the reason. And that will always be the reason. And you can just chalk it up to all these films suck, and that's why they're stuck. And the thing is, I've always said, movies aren't made for everybody, but there's a movie for you. And people do like this film because it gets mentioned often enough. And the movie is Caddyshack 2. Not as good as the first, but it has a place on my shelf. And I have this on VHS. And the thing is, I enjoy the VHS. I enjoy the cover art, and they have their stupid Warner Brothers Hits banner, and that never bothered me because it didn't feel like it was taking away from the rest of this art. But this is a film that comes up often enough of fans that want this on Blu-ray, and I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it has, here's the thing, I don't know if this one has a DVD, but it definitely doesn't have Blu-ray. And so I have the VHS of this, and I think it's fun. It definitely isn't as fun as the other films, but this one you're getting Chevy Chase, but who else was in this? Let's see. You're getting Dan Aykroyd. Who else is in this? Randy Quaid. So you switched out. You didn't have everybody from the original film, but that was probably most people's argument for this film and why it wasn't as good, because you just didn't have the original cast. But you do have a lot of the original cast and some new people as well. So I do love the film, and it's a summertime watch for me. So that's one I have pulled out, but it's stuck on an older format, and people would love for it to come to Blu-ray at least. Now, here's one that, well, the next three VHS, they're very obscure. You may not have heard about these, but these are some of my favorites. And this one here is Judge Reinhold and Elizabeth Perkins. This is a film, I know I've talked about it here before, but this is a film, the cover art alone, like, they don't make artwork like this anymore, and they stopped doing the painted movie posters a long time ago. But even just the creativity behind this cover art, I think, is fantastic. So in this film, Judge Reinhold plays a cop, but he's cheating on his wife with her sister, and that's the wife. And so the movie is called Over Her Dead Body. They create this plan to rub her out, get rid of her, and it's one of those like screwball comedy. It's not really a screwball comedy. It's a little bit goofy, but it's hilarious. I think this is well worth your time, but it's stuck on VHS, and I think it's a shame. I don't know if it's streaming anywhere or there's another way to watch this film, but I think that the artwork on there is absolutely fantastic because they don't do anything like this anymore. And let's see, what is this? It says, presenting an outrageously hilarious comedy in the vein of Weekend at Bernie's. Elizabeth Perkins, Judge Reinhold star as Harry and June, terminally unlucky couple caught in the act by his wife, who happens to be June's sister, and the explosion that follows. Oh yeah, that's the thing. There's an explosion in here, and it's very cartoonish. I do love this film. But yeah, so he's a cop, and he tries to rub out his wife, and then he also tries to get away with it. It's a funny movie and well worth your time for sure. Now, here's one. This is one I was not familiar with. This was recommended to me a long time ago, and I was trying to track it down. I had it in my eBay cart, and then I just happened to find it at the thrift store for 99 cents, which was great. And the movie is Short Time. So in this film, he's got an ex-wife, he's got his kid, and something happens accidentally, and he thinks he's going to be dying. But in order for his kid to get his pension, he has to die on the job, but he's going to retire from the police force in like a few days. And so now he's trying to do everything he could do to kill himself on the job. The movie's called Short Time. It is hilarious. It's one of those things, like, they don't make movies like this anymore. This one here had a VHS, never had a DVD, and it had a Laserdisc. So this is another one stuck on Laserdisc, stuck on VHS. I don't know if it's streaming anywhere. It's another one. It's probably well worth your time. It is a nice Saturday afternoon film, but again, the movie poster alone, and it's not even a painted movie poster. It's just the creativity from the films back then, the way they do stuff. It was just great. We have so many modern films that people think are classics, and I'm not saying that they're not classics, but the movie posters are boring. They just have the actors on the thing, on the cover, and their big heads, and like that stuff. If you never saw this and you were at the video rental store, you can't tell me that that's not intriguing enough to pick it up. Maybe it's not for you, but it's intriguing enough. And that was kind of always the whole point. And I love it and I miss it. Now, here's one that I enjoy the film, but it's probably not for everybody. But this is one, it's stuck on VHS. I'm pretty sure there's no DVD. But this is a classic, a cult film. It's from the original old Vestron line. So it's a Vestron video. The movie stars Linda Blair and David Hasselhoff, and it's Bailout. And in this film, David Hasselhoff plays a bounty hunter type of character, and he has to try to get her. But as he's trying to get her, other people are trying to kill her so she doesn't testify, kind of thing, or like talk about stuff. So in the middle of him trying to just pick her up, thinking it's an easy job, she gets kidnapped. And so now he's on this chase to try to grab her. And another one, great Saturday afternoon film, something nobody really talks about. And, Linda Blair, I'm in. I was always in, but I love this film. Another one, it's stuck on older formats. And I could see, I could see Vestron, like Lionsgate, putting it out through the Vestron line. But then the other thing is I could see that going to Vinegar Syndrome. I think it has that quality about it, something that I really love. But let's dive into this chat before we hit up some of the rest of these. Let's see. Let's see. Vinegar Syndrome just announced their upcoming titles, all in for Ice Cream Man. When I'm done with this, let's wrap it up. We'll go to Vinegar Syndrome and we'll see what they have to offer, because I am super stoked. I mentioned it at the beginning of the stream and I forgot all about it because I knew there was some stuff. So yeah, let's dive into that. I have it on DVD. Nice. Which one? Which one do you have on DVD? Let's see. There was a DVD with Caddyshack and Caddyshack 2 on. Okay, all right. So it's still stuck on DVD. And it's one of the things, I know it comes up often enough where people want the Blu-ray. So it's stuck on DVD is still better than, nothing. But I have it on VHS. I haven't seen it in years. Oh, I just love, some of these older films are just great. Older covers are more memorable. Oh, for sure. And the thing is, like, that was back in a time when they tried to sell you on the film. I think it was 100% great. Caddyshack 2 Snapcase. Oh, okay. I got to track that down then. Now we have this one. I've talked about it this year, I think. But I love this film. And doing my summertime watches, I just rewatched this film, and this is a shame that it's stuck. And this is another one. I could see Vinegar Syndrome putting this out. Who put this out originally? This is a Sony title. So the fact that we don't have a proper Blu-ray of this is kind of a shame, but it's also one that came with controversy. The movie is Whitewater Summer with Kevin Bacon. Now, this film I think is just a perfect summertime film. And anytime I watch this, like I don't get like the controversy. Now I understand where it comes from, but as I'm watching it as a boy, I'm like, I don't feel that Kevin Bacon's character was the worst, and that was the controversy that came up with this. Is like he was just the worst. He didn't care for these kids. He didn't care. He didn't protect the kids, and he was kind of mean to them. But the whole point of it was to make them a man. And I always look at it from a 1950s guy, like a guy that grew up in the 1950s, and how he would have done it. Now, sure, there's the part where Sean Astin is dangling from the mountain and he kind of leaves them. Like that part, you're like, oh, he could fall. Well, if he's also tied off. That was always my thought as a kid. But this is one that came up with a ton of controversy. And so Kevin Bacon takes all these kids into the woods and tries to make men out of them. And the youngest one, Sean Astin, is kind of picked on by the whole group. He's a city boy who is also nerdy and doesn't like to be outside and doesn't like to do anything. And he ends up ultimately saving the day. And I do like this film. It's stuck on DVD, and it's one that deserves to be put out again. But it's also like, even watching it again, my wife and my daughter never saw it before. They're both sitting there complaining that Kevin Bacon was the worst. And I'm like, I don't see it. I love the film. And like I said, the only thing that I'll say he's the worst on is leaving him dangling on the from the mountain. You can see that right on the back cover. And when he just kind of abandoned him there. But everything else, I think he was fine, because even there's the part where you think that he just kind of was being mean to him. Like the kid left the tent poles on the other side of this rickety bridge, and he told him he needed to be responsible and go back and get those poles. But he watched him struggle, and he never got the poles. And so he was watching. It's just, I don't know. It's something about it. I just don't see why it's so controversial. I do love the film. But now we have a film here that I don't think this one ever comes up. It's stuck on DVD. It's a Fox title. So again, maybe never going to get this one again. I think it's a comedy gem. Stars Joe Pesci, and it is The Super. Now this film, you have a kid who was raised in a wealthy house. His dad owns a lot of properties in the city, and he's a crappy landlord. He learns that from his dad, and then he's gifted this one building, and they want to make an example out of him. So instead of just paying whatever fine or whatever, he has to then live in the building until he fixes everything and brings everything up to code. And they're trying to make an example out of him. The entire time his dad is trying to do everything so he doesn't have to pay for it. And it's funny. I like this one. It's a classic from the 90s, probably. When did this come out? 90s? Late 80s? 91. So yeah, early 90s. I do love this. Stuck on DVD. It deserves a Blu-ray, deserves a re-release. Because the thing is, like, not a lot of people get into the older formats. And so I think a Blu-ray, more people would get to see it. And I do love that film. Let's see. Yeah, Whitewater Summer was good. I'm telling you, I love the film. We're watching it with my daughter and my wife this summer. They were complaining the whole time. Yeah, Whitewater Summer equals dads of a certain age. 100%. 100%. I'm telling you, like that. I grew up in that era, and I don't know. It worked for me. And I'm like, I'm like, kid, go get the tent poles, like, for sure. And Joe Pesci was a good slumlord. Oh, I don't think you go wrong there. He's like, just give me my money. Just pay me my money. And then he's like, there's that line about the rats. She's like talking about the rats. And he says, as long as they pay rent, I don't care. Oh, it's good. Now, here's a film I don't think anybody ever really saw. And the movie poster is amazing. The original VHS is amazing. It's a painted movie poster. And it's got, Jane Seymour. Jane Seymour in a bath in a painted movie poster. It's very appealing. This DVD cover is not appealing unless you know what the film is. But it's Oh Heavenly Dog with Chevy Chase and Benji and Jane Seymour. So in this film, it's a nice Saturday afternoon mystery, whodunit kind of thing. So Chevy Chase is murdered, and he goes to heaven, and then they stick him in a dog's body So then he then has to try to figure out who murders him. And along the way, he meets Jane Seymour. And the young Jane Seymour was a knockout. There's another Fox title that I don't think anybody really ever saw, because I don't think anybody, I've never heard this come up of like lists of even obscure films, but it's stuck on DVD. I love it. My family loves this one, but it's like a perfect Saturday afternoon mystery kind of thing. But you also know who the killer is. Like you kind of see that. And then Chevy Chase as the dog is just kind of chasing him around. And Benji was iconic. He was in tons of movies and TV shows back then. And it just kind of worked. But I like this one. Yeah. Yeah, right. I forgot about it. Go Heavenly Dog. Yeah, that's one too. Like, because I was looking for, here's the thing. I love the film, but I was looking for, because I had made a decision, but I think I changed my decision. I have this big wall over here, and I could fit 4 full one-sheet posters framed on this wall. And so that was the thing. And I was trying to track down some movie posters, and I came across that one, and I was like, oh my God, I love that movie. And I had to get the DVD. But the movie poster is way better. And so then I decided, but then I'm like, because I got this TV here now, and I was like, I think I might need more storage. I think I might need more shelves. And so now that's out. So I might just do 2 movie posters and do some more shelving up here. So that's the thing. But I was trying to track down the movie poster, and then I was like, I don't have the film, so I have to add that. Now here's one. This should come to no surprise. It comes up a ton. It is one of those ones. We never got a Blu-ray here in America. So here in America, it's stuck on DVD, and it's weird. All these other countries got Blu-rays. And I say all these other countries, I think 1 or 2. But other countries got Blu-rays. Those Blu-rays are out of print, and the cheapest you can usually find is about $100. That's the cheapest. And then there's even a bootleg that comes up on eBay every now and again, something that somebody made in their house. And that comes up like $60 or $70 for a bootleg that you can just download from the internet. So this film here, I think, is just a classic comedy that deserves a Blu-ray, deserves a proper restoration. It came out of Touchstone Pictures. So it's another one of those things, like even if Sony were to just put this out in a steelbook, day one pickup, and the movie is splash. This is just a classic comedy. It comes up all the time in anything, between like people talking about films that are stuck on DVD, things that never, need a Blu-ray, need a 4K, great comedies from the 80s. Like this, I know this film gets talked about a ton, but I love it. It's a summertime watch for us easily, and it's stuck on DVD here in America, and it's out of print and Blu-ray in most countries that it did have a Blu-ray. So it's one of those things. This is a movie that should come out to Steelbook. If Sony Steelbook, it would be a day one. Like it should just come out. Like I don't care how it comes out, but they're like, I hate the Sony Steelbook, Disney Steelbook only options, but it would be an instant day one for sure. But I love this film. Rewatching it again this summer, it just brings back memories of watching it when I was a kid. And I know there's an HD version on streaming, and they edited it, and I get it. Like, and that's the version that we would probably get, where they extended the hair past her butt. It's one of those things. It's a stupid censorship. It's a stupid edit. I don't support that. I'm actually a little on the fence about the new Manhunter 4K, because that whole censorship conversation, apparently it's an edit of like 3 versions of the film, and they negated a line or something because it doesn't fit today's modern audience. So I'm not sure 100% of that Manhunter, but like censorship stuff bothers me. But like this is one of those ones, like the hair just extending it a little bit to cover up her butt a little bit. I don't know. It would still be a day one, even if it had that stupid edit in there. But the Manhunter one, I'm on the fence now. I'm on the fence, but there's that. So I do love those films. Those films are there. Now I have some Laserdisc here. Now we'll save this one for last, because it technically is getting a Blu-ray finally from another country. So I already have it on pre-order. It's coming from Germany, and so technically it's getting one, but we're going to save it for last, because here in America there is no Blu-ray, and the DVD is like crazy expensive, I think. But this first one is something that I don't think it has a release anywhere. And this is one that comes up of, it's a bad film, and that's why it doesn't have a release. And again, I think that's a stupid response. It's because not every film is for everybody. Like there's that whole idea always. And the thing is, not everything needs to be Citizen Kane. Not everything needs to be, this really heavy Criterion Collection type of film. Sometimes it just needs to be dumb fun. And this movie here, Beastmaster 2, Through the Portal of Time, I love this film. I have my memory of watching it. I watched this before I watched the first one on television, so they were the TV cuts anyway. And this is the version I have. I'm sure this has a DVD, but there is no Blu-ray. And I don't think there's a release in any other country that I know of. But I do love this film. And it was just, I don't know, I was at the right time in my life when I saw it. And it just works for me. It still works for me. And when I talk about it, that's when people come in the comment. It's a bad film. Well, it's fine. There's plenty of bad films that have 4Ks. Like, so just give me this bad film that I love. And I'm not even apologizing. I love it. Like, and it's stuck on an older format. Original painted movie poster art. I love that as well. And, you know, granted, the first one is a superior film, but I still love this one. And it's stuck. And I'm glad to have the Laserdisc. Glad to have that. But then we have, let's get into some of this chat. And then I have the last two here. And we'll get into the Vinegar Syndrome stuff. Let's see. Yeah, Splash came up with Disney Plus with the changes they did. Odds are new release would include, 100%. I get it, but those like I think it was just the hair change. I don't think it was like a ton of changes. I'd have to look. I just remember people complained about it, and it's just one of those things. I don't know, man. Yeah, Daryl Hannah, hubba hubba hubba. Yeah, it's like it's a great fun film for sure. And yeah, I agree. Puts me off getting Manhunter. I don't know. I have the VHS of Manhunter, and at this point, I might just try to track down that out of print shot Blu-ray. And I was stoked. Like, I don't know if I have it on pre-order now, but I know I wanted it. The new 4K, the big chunky edition. So I have to check if I have it on pre-order or not. But I'm a little on the fence about not getting it now. It kind of pisses me off. And it's the thing is, like, there are certain, and I always say, like, depending on what the format is, it doesn't change the film unless they've actually changed the film like that. They've edited, they've changed it somehow. So it doesn't change the movie. It just changes your experience and how you're watching it. And I have chosen to adopt the older formats and then have the older televisions. I know not everybody's going to do that, but you can still watch a DVD on a 4K television. And some DVDs, some will look bad. I'm not going to say, because some are unwatchable. But if you have like a big giant 100-inch, 4K television screen or a big giant projector, maybe DVD is going to look horrible. But for the most part, I have several DVDs that look pretty decent on my 4K TV. But just a little tiny budget $100 4K TV that I have sitting right here, the DVDs look great on it. And so I don't mind watching some of that stuff. And so I think I don't need the big giant 4K if it's going to be edited like that. Maybe I just get that Blu-ray. But anyway, what do we got here? Let's see. Saw Splash in theater in 1984. Nice. I was two. But I've been watching Splash as long as I can remember. I love that film. Yes, Beastmaster 2 needs a disc for sure. Vinegar Syndrome, why are you not putting out Beastmaster 2? Like, that's my biggest question. I can see Vinegar Syndrome releasing Beastmaster 2. Yeah, 100%. Consider they're the first on it. Yes, 100%. All censorship we know. Yeah, I'm not getting in political arguments and conversations here. I don't disagree. Censorship is trash. Censorship is trash for sure. And it always is to appease a certain group, and that certain group never buys this stuff anyway. What about Beastmaster 3, Eye of Braxis, or Beastmaster the TV series? Well, let's get 2 first, and then we can talk about those other ones. The third one I've seen, the TV show I've missed out on, but I knew it existed. Both were fun. Yeah. All right. So we got that. Now here's a film that I doubt many of you have ever seen, because this is one that flew under my radar until I found it, because I went on this whole Judge Reinhold kick, and I went down this rabbit hole trying to find some old films after rewatching Vice Versa. So then I found this film. The movie poster is fantastic. The movie poster is mostly yellow, and it's Judge Reinhold in a phone booth, and it's a painted movie poster, wearing roller skates and ripping off his clothes and having like a cop uniform underneath, like almost like a Superman homage. And you see that in this, but this is the poster that's on the movie cover art that is on the Laserdisc. We didn't get a DVD. We have Laserdisc, VHS here in America, and the VHS is kind of pricey. And then the UK got a DVD, but every UK DVD that I was able to find on eBay is coming out of Australia. And then my friend that lives in Australia said that they get a lot of stuff from the UK dumped on them. So that's interesting. But we never got the DVD, so this is stuck, and the movie is Offbeat. I think this poster is amazing. Now, the poster oversells you on what the film is. The film is fun, but this is one of those things that I could see it not being for everybody. It's a cute comedy. And in this film, Judge Reinhold he works in a library. He wears roller skates, and his best friend is a cop. He constantly is ruining things for him. And then to pay him back, his cop friend is supposed to be in some kind of dance musical thing, and he doesn't want anything to do with it. And all the cops around are being pushed into doing this. And so then he tells him to dress up like a cop, take his place for the moment, and then he's supposed to fail out and flunk out. But he does well, and he gets into it. But then he also falls in love with Meg Tilly, who is a real cop. And so now he's trying to, he has run-ins with real cops. He has run-ins with criminals. He's pretending to be a cop. It's one of those films that you really couldn't, suspension of disbelief is totally there. But it's another one you wouldn't think it would get made today. I love it. It's a fun comedy. But I do think the movie poster oversells you a little bit, but I love these movie posters. And this was a fun watch. This was a first time watch for me. And it's just, everything about it is great. There's the back of it. But I think it's totally worth your time. But you have a big cast in here as well. I forget. I'll look it up. There's a big cast. So it's not just him. There's Cleveland's in there. Let's see. All right. So in Offbeat, it's a crime comedy romance film. And you have Judge Reinhold, Meg Tilly, Cleavant Derricks, Joe Mantegna, Amy Wright, John Turturro, James Tolkien, Fred Gwynn's in this, Harvey Keitel's in this, Austin Pendleton's in this, Penn Jillette is in this film. He's got a weird small role, but it's Penn. And so, yeah, it's a crazy film. I love it. And I recently just added it to my collection, again, looking for movie posters for this wall. And that's how I found it. But now here's the film. It has a Blu-ray coming out of Germany. This is stuck on DVD here. The DVD is expensive. I have the Laserdisc. And it's The Chase with Charlie Sheen. Now, this is one, I think it's underrated, but every time I talk about it, everyone says how much they love this film. It is a great film. Sad that it's stuck on DVD. Glad that it's getting a Blu-ray out of Germany. So it's going to be an easy day one. I've had sucky 4Ks come out of Germany recently, so I'm glad it's getting a Blu-ray. But this is an old Fox title, and how they're able to put that out is more than likely no new licensing. They're just using the old licensing or whatever they had, and they're reissuing it. And some of those German Blu-rays I have look pretty good. So this is one that it's a high recommendation. So falsely accused, he escapes jail, and then he's on the run with Christy Swanson, and then they fall in love along the way as he kidnaps her. I think it's great. You can't go wrong. A great film that just deserves a Blu-ray or a 4K. But before we wrap this up, I'm going to hit up the chat, but then we're going to hit up the Vinegar Syndrome new announcements, see what I think, because I didn't see what they had. What was the new announcements? Let's see. Vinegar Syndrome. Let's see. The new stuff. Okay. All right. Pull this off to the side. Hit up this chat. So I got that pulled up. Let's see. With how long Vinegar Syndrome took to sell out the first Beastmaster, I doubt they're in any rush of the sequel. They don't even have the rights to the first one anymore. Oh, yeah. Come on. I want the second one. Seen it once. Let's see. Grandparents had satellite and VHS recording. Nice. Those are always great for sure. I just got the Chase on Laserdisc the other day. Not a common Laserdisc, a fun flick. Yeah, the crazy thing. So I found 2 of them. I got one online, and then I just happened to go to my local store because I was tired of it. I was like, it's stuck on the older formats. I want the film. I ordered online. I didn't pay a ton of money for it, but then I went to my local store, which happens to have Laserdisc, which I didn't know. It was like when I first moved here, and then I found it and I got it for $10. I thought that was great. So I have 2 Laserdiscs. I still have to send it to TJ because I just sent him a box and I forgot to throw that in the box. So I do have it, but yeah, I am super stoked for the Blu-ray coming out for sure. Oh, here we go. Christy Swanson's uncle was a teacher I had in junior high. And he told us about her first movie, Deadly Friend. Oh, I love Deadly Friend. That the first time I ever saw that, it was on TV. And so we didn't have cable when I was a kid. It was just over the whatever 3 channels, ABC, Fox, and CBS was the other one. So it was one of those things on a Saturday afternoon. And that was kind of my first introduction to great films on a Saturday afternoon, because the Saturday morning cartoons were over. I was told to go to my room and clean my room. I had a black and white TV in there, and then I just turned it on, and that was on. And it was just, it was far enough into the film where I missed all the opening, so I didn't know what it was called. And it was in the very beginning, though, when the parents or the kid and the mom are in the store, and then the robot is in the car, and then the criminal's trying to steal the purse, and then the robot locks the doors. And I was hooked. I was so hooked on that film. And then from then on there, I've just loved these Saturday afternoon films. They're not for everybody. They're not the greatest, but that's a Wes Craven film that I will always have in my collection. Isn't collecting Laserdisc a waste of money unless you have a way to play them? Well, yeah, anything is a waste of money unless you have a way to play them. But I do. I have a Laserdisc, and I have a Sony 27-inch CRT that I have the Laserdisc connected to, and I have close to closing in on 100 Laserdisc now, and I watch them on a regular basis. But some people, collecting certain things isn't about watching it. It's about having a version of their favorite film for a display purpose. So there's always that mentality, but I watch them. That guy from the show, WizKids, was in Deadly Friend. Yeah. I love Deadly Friend. I just ordered Student Bodies 4K from TerraVision. Great cover. I got to order that. So I was debating whether or not to get the new 4K or just get the Blu-ray. I don't have Student Bodies. I wanted to have that in my collection for a while, but I don't have it. So I was also going to order Prom Night. So that I'm going to get. I'm going to get the Prom Night 4K because I only have Prom Night 2 Mary Lou. I have that one on VHS. It's an old rental, and it's in the clamshell rental. It doesn't have the actual cardboard cover or anything, and it's one of those crappy clamshell rentals. It's black. It's got writing on it. It's not from Blockbuster or somewhere where it's super recognizable. And so that's one. I'm hoping that comes to 4K because I love that film. But Prom Night I got to get, and a Student Bodies. So I'm not sure. I don't know if I need the Student Bodies 4K. I don't know if I need the Blu-ray, and if the Blu-ray is fine. So I don't know. I don't think anybody's really said how good or better the film is with having the 4K transfer. I don't know. Let's see. I love my Laserdisc. I have 6 players, and I see them. I pick them up if it's a good price. Yeah. I have a good working player, and that's it. I don't have multiple players. I have multiple VHS players, but the Laserdisc, I only have the one. But yeah, I love collecting for Laserdisc. I think it's super fun. And I paid up for my Laserdisc has the auto switcher. And so once side A is done, I don't have to take the disc out. It just switches to the other side and plays. And I think that's great. There's that. All right, so now let's dive into these Vinegar Syndrome titles, and then we'll wrap it up. We'll call it a day. Video Pro. I know this is always it feels like it's just a tough subject always with you. I'm disgusted I sold my old media, Laserdisc, VHS, etc. Just to upgrade. Who knew? I'd long for the day of owning a CRT and a Laserdisc. Yeah, or LOL. Yeah. I'm telling you, I'm not telling anybody to go out. I just bought a new one. So that's a new CRT. That's new within the past couple weeks. You've seen it. I haven't really talked about it. I love CRT. Is my go-to. I have a nice big 4K OLED television. I'm looking at getting the Bravia 9. So I'm looking at upgrading my 4K television. I have some projectors. I have certain things in the house. My favorite television in the house is a CRT. And it's not even the 36. I have the 36-inch here, the nice Sony. It's a nice big one. My favorite is the 27-inch. It's a nice cozy size. You sit a little bit closer to it. We have this retro movie day. We watch nothing but 80s films on VHS or Laserdisc, even DVD. And then I even have the old PlayStation 3 hooked up to it because it would go to the regular 4:3 format. You can hook it up with component cables. And then I run my Plex server from my computer to there. And then I have everything on in a file that's old 4:3 format. So old TV shows, old movies in the 4:3 format. And then we stream stuff to it. It is my favorite TV in the whole house. I'm telling you. And I'm not telling everybody needs to get a CRT television, but if you have the nostalgia for it and you have the room for it, it is one of the things that has made my collecting more fun than any brand new 4K I've ever gotten. Because again, I've always said it doesn't change the film, it changes the experience. And so the movie is the movie, whether you're watching it on a VHS or you're watching it on a 4K. It's the same movie, unless they edit the hell out of it. Let's see. You'll have to pry my CRT from my cold dead hands or lift it off me if it fell on me while rearranging my older age. I agree. And the crazy thing is, I've had 4K televisions and modern televisions break, and in just a few years, they don't even last long. I have 40-year-old televisions in the house. Like I think this one might be pushing either like late 70s, early 80s, and so it's great. And then the thing is, I know that I figured it out. So like people complained about it being fuzzy. It's these LED lights. These LED lights cause analog interference because when I have the lights off, it's a perfect picture. As a matter of fact, some boutique labels are adding Laserdisc audio tracks for films on their releases. Yeah, Laserdisc was superior at the time, and they put a lot of effort into it. Yeah. You can find some at thrift stores sometimes. I picked up a few weeks ago at Savers for $12.99. Yeah, that's great. I miss going to Savers. I used to live in Rhode Island. I had access to a Savers, and that was great. That was where I found most of my CRT televisions when I lived there, and all of my VCRs I found there. And since I've moved away, like things are pretty, if you're lucky to find something at a thrift store, it's so expensive. You might as well just bought it on eBay anyway. So there's that. And then my local store here is a guy that's been in the video rental business like his whole life. And then when it shifted from video rental, he then started selling everything, and he has a massive store, but he prices things how he feels. And then if he feels he's never seen it, he goes to eBay and he checks those prices. So some of his prices are just ludicrous for stuff. And Laserdisc is hard because there's titles where I'm like, oh man, I want that in my collection. It's like $5. But then there's other things that he's got priced for like $150 for a Laserdisc. And then he puts these dumb stickers on there. I don't think I have anything close by. I can show you. Nope, that's a pile for something else. No, he puts these dumb stickers on it, and to try to peel them, it just ruins everything. And it's not like some stickers there's ways to get off. These ones, they're a pain. They really are. They're more like labels than stickers. Let's see. If I could find one that is working, Laserdisc is something I would consider collecting. Yeah, it's like there's stuff, and if you find one for a good price, it might be worth getting repaired. But I ended up paying up for mine, and I found it on eBay. I ended up paying up for it quite a bit, but I am happy with it. It's in mint condition. It works flawlessly, and I do love it. I have two CRTs, and I have my 40-inch Sony KV40 XBR 800 I bought new, and a 36-inch Sony XBR I picked up on Facebook Marketplace for free. Yeah, sometimes you can get some great deals on that stuff, and they work, they last, I use them regularly. This 36-inch is on, every time I'm in here editing videos. It's a great, and I have the VCR. So I have the VCR. I can pop a tape in here, it plays on that TV. I can watch it on this TV. I have everything hooked up in just a fun way. Yeah, for sure. All right, let's dive into this Vinegar Syndrome releases. Let's talk about if we need to get some of this stuff or if you think I need it, because I don't know. Like, so the Vinegar Syndrome is one of those things where if I know the film 100%, then I grab it. I got some of those VSUs. I got a lot of the VSUs, but there's a lot of Vinegar Syndrome titles that just fly under my radar because I never watched that stuff when I was younger. So let's see, what do they got? All right, so the first one here, Bloody Psycho. Get out of here. Let's see, Bloody Psycho, $42. Oh, it's a Fulci title. I don't get into a lot of that stuff, so I don't know if I need this. If this happens to be on sale, it could be something I could pick up and give it a watch. I get into some of this stuff sometimes, but I don't have any of the Fulci titles in my collection, but looks like a bloody film that's not for everybody. But here, Vinegar Syndrome, Bloody Psycho, alternate cover. I like the alternate cover, actually. I mean, the first cover is fine, too, but the alternate cover is more intriguing. Let's see, here we go. No, I think I like the first cover. I think I like that first cover better. So there's that. Of Unknown Origin. Is this a werewolf film? If it can't scare them to death, it will find another way. Of Unknown Origin. I think this is on my radar, but I don't know why. Let's see. I don't know if I need this. Of Unknown Origin. Does Garrett talk about this one a lot? Peter Weller. Okay. I think that's why it's on my Of Unknown. Okay, that one I'm going to blind buy. I'm pretty sure watching Born to Be Rad. I'm sure that's why I know it. Peter Weller, Of Unknown Origin. That's going to be an easy blind buy. Ice Cream Man. Do I need this one? I remember this from the video rental store era. I've never seen it. It's an interesting enough box. I remember this, but I know I've never seen it. So that's one on my radar. I might give it a chance. Apparently, it's you got to be signed in to watch that trailer. Yeah, the Faces of Death stuff. I don't need any of that. First Deadly Sin. I don't know anything about that one. Of Unknown Origin. I'm gonna get off this stream and I'm gonna pre-order it. That's the one I know I need. Deadly Sin. So, First Deadly Sin. What's the alternate cover? Okay, this might be familiar. I might have seen this. Yeah, this is an older film. Yeah, I might have seen this. Hold on, what is this? Limited edition spot. Detective Delaney has a few weeks left before he retires after decades of service in the NYPD, and weary after seeing it all in the city now. Let's see. Manhattan serial killer, which leaves victims with gaping hole around their skulls. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I might have seen this. So that's one that's definitely on my radar. Then we have Death of a Cheerleader. I don't know. Do I need Death of a Cheerleader? Let's see. What are you guys saying? Yeah, see, Dark Cloud talks about all we have here is Goodwill. Yeah, Goodwill, and Goodwill sucks because they're sending a lot of their stuff, anything they think is good, to their online eBay sites, and that just kind of sucks all around. Yeah, great TVs, but they're backbreaker. Oh, for sure, for sure. And I this room is on the second floor, and so we, the movers, were very upset with me putting this 36-inch TV in here. Let's see. Ice Cream Man is a lot of fun. Okay, then I'll add it. I remember the VHS. I remember that from the video rental store era. I'm pretty sure. I don't think I've ever seen it. When did it come out? Ice Cream. Yeah, 95. Yeah, I remember this cover, this poster. Was this the VHS cover? I remember this. It's the ice cream. It looks like a skull. Let's see. What did the VHS look like? Ice Cream Man VHS. Okay, I know I've seen that Ice Cream Man poster, and I know I've seen this VHS. Yeah, it's got the eyeball on top like a cherry, and then the ice cream. Oh yeah. I've definitely seen the VHS, but I've never seen the. Well, there's that. It's a small. Figure it out. I've never seen the movie, so I'm stoked about this one. That one for sure. Ice Cream Man is definitely worth it. Okay, it's in the cart. I'm gonna buy it today, for sure. All right, let me get a drink. Hold on. Death of a Cheerleader. Do I need this one? Let's see. Is this coming out of the ionoscope? Yeah, I like the ionoscope. Like everyone complained about how the way they were packaged, they were almost impossible to get out without tearing it. It took a little finessing, but I did pick up the one, not the veil, but the other. I picked up the other one. And it took a while, but I did figure it out. So this is one I could pick it up. What is it though? Is it worth getting? Let's see. Death of a Cheerleader. I like slashers. When did it come out? Only 4,000 units. Subscribers, this is not included. Let's see. Principal challenges students to strive for excellence in every regard. No one hears this message more than Angela, who is convinced this is her year to join the newspaper staff. I'm in. Older slashers, something I've never seen. So Death of a Cheerleader. Unless you guys say it's like absolute trash, I'm probably gonna order it today. The Disappearance. What is this? Am I still sharing the screen? Yeah. Is The Disappearance worth getting? Well, let's see. $30. I don't think that's a bad price. And it's another ionoscope. Let's see. What is this? Well, Jim Henley is taking his family on a scenic trip to Nevada desert. His son Matt asks him to stop to photograph a ghost town called Weaver. The problem is none of the locals seem to have ever heard of it, except for on vintage maps that Matt dug up. Once they find more evidence of the abandoned town harbors something very alive and extremely perilous. Is it a creature feature? I am in. So yeah, that's one. I don't know. I might check out the trailer before I jump on that one, unless you guys say it's awesome. There's that. Those other two definitely. Going to get Ice Cream Man and that other one. Body Snatchers is one I still got to grab. I do have the Warner Archive version, but I do want to add this at some point. So I talked about that last week. Was that it for the new stuff? Yeah, so The Disappearance, Death of a Cheerleader, Ice Cream Man, and Of Unknown Origin. I think that's what I'm going to be picking up today. What is this? That's a crazy cover. What is this? Oh, it's a screen print of something else. Okay, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I'm gonna be picking up. Unless there's anything else you guys say that I absolutely need. That Disappearance one, though, I think I'm gonna watch a trailer on that one first. But those other ones, definitely picking them up. See, I think it was a TV movie back in the 90s when I first saw it. Okay. Death of a Cheerleader. Yeah, I'm going to grab Death of a Cheerleader. Yeah, for sure. Okay, guys, that's everything for today. I've been going for almost 2 hours, and I had a blast. Next week, though, tomorrow we're doing the YouTube member-only live stream. So we're going to do that tomorrow, 8 o'clock my time, Mountain Time. And I'll have something planned. We'll do that. And then should either, I don't know if I can get it out tomorrow, but I've been curating my DVD collection row by row. And those videos take about an hour. And the last one, I think, was like an hour and a half. And because I've been going through each video, like, am I keeping the movie, what the movie's about, if I got to rewatch it, and if it gets an upgrade. I've been going over that. And I've been having a fun time with it. So I'm gonna record another one of those. But then people have been asking me to do the complete collection. And I have almost 4,000 movies now. So it's like just trying to do those DVDs, like each video is about an hour and I'm only covering one row. So like I'm talking about those three spots in the row, like one row, it takes about an hour. And the last one, like I said, was an hour and a half. And I'm only halfway done, 3 videos, halfway done with my DVD shelf. And if I were to try to do something like that for a regular video, it's either going to be some crazy like 20-hour long video, or every week you're going to get an hour video of me just talking about comedy movies or horror movies or whatever the section might be. I don't know if you guys want that, but I am going to be working on the member only one for the curating of the DVDs tomorrow. Live stream for them. And if you want to join that, all membership tiers have access to that. I think for the member videos only is the second tier up. But for the live streams, everybody's welcome for those members. And then next week, what do you guys want to do? So I did 10 of these films that I think are great. They're stuck on older formats. Next week, I was thinking about, I had it on tip. Before I started this whole stream, I had the thought process. I don't know what you guys want. I'll have something next week for the next 10. But anyway, what do we got? What does this say? Thanks for the stream, 80s. See you next stream. Yeah, brother. Enjoy your day. As always, enjoy your day too, brother. And see, I would split a complete collection into label collection videos. Way too many for a complete video. Yeah, that was one of the thoughts, was doing it either because once I'm done curating the DVD collection, and if I just did a whole video of these are my DVDs, and that's what I have left, and it's not having a whole conversation of like, am I keeping this? Am I rewatching this? It's just, these are my DVDs. They are longer videos because it's the same. It's not just going, and I have this movie and I have this movie. It's me telling you what the film is about, because it's about film discovery. So if I did the VHS, and again, I'm curating that collection too, so it's not all my VHS. There's a lot of stuff that's being sold, a lot of the common titles that I'm going to finally upgrade to either DVD or Blu-ray, things that have it. But the VHS that's staying over there, those are the stuck on VHS, the cult stuff, the weird, obscure things that I love, the horror things I'm never getting rid of. So like there's that. But then I could start with the boutique labels and just do like my entire Arrow video collection, my entire Criterion collection, and do it that way. But then when it comes down to the studio stuff, that's where it gets a little daunting, because I have out in the hallway, I'd have to go to the shelf, bring the stuff in here, because the way the hall, it's not even a hallway, it's a stairway. The stairway is so big, I was able to put the shelves in the stairway, and now to get a camera in there, not going to happen. So I'd bring those in, and that would be the daunting task, because those are big giant shelves and they're just studio releases. And so just even if I did the entire action shelf, it's like hours long. So I could break it up, complete studios, like all my Fox titles, all my, I don't know. I'll have to figure it out, but we'll work on that for sure. And Marty, hello, Marty. Nice to see you here. And what hour does the member video go live again? Not receiving notifications. So right now it's 12 noon, my time, 12:07. So whatever time that is for you, figure out the math. 8 o'clock my time tomorrow night. So Mountain Time. That's when I'll go. And that's when I try to go every time. So I try to keep it standard for sure. But anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out as always. With that, remember to watch a movie today, and I'll catch you guys next time.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
Oh, don't give me a cat. That's mine.